welcome to Team Call. It is April 21st, and I'm so freaking excited that you're here with me. Before we really jump into the call, I want to, of course, give recognition and welcome new coaches to the team. This week we have so many names here, and it freaking lights my heart on fire. So welcome and congrats on taking a chance on you, taking the next step to owning a business, to like giving to your own health and fitness. It's so noted. I do want to mention also every person who's on this list, you get invited to the GSR, which to the next Get Started Right call, which is May 28th at 8:30. So May 28th at 8:30, join us for a Get Started Right call where it just really helps you know where to begin. And if you are a coach who invited one of these, who got one of these people started, you're invited as well. So welcome, welcome, welcome. Congrats, Jill, Emily, Audrey, Camille, Kalisha, Brittany, Sydney, Amber, Lindsay, Alex, Danielle, Sonia, Nikita, Nicole, Shanda, Kayla, Emily, Brenna, Sandra, Carolyn, Meg, Kayla, Chelsea, Ashley, Levi, Amy, Heather, Gabe, Ashley, Samantha, Danielle, Leslie, Kirsten, Christina, Bailey, and Jeanette. I'm so excited for you guys. Okay, so SC Rockstars, huge shout out to Kyra, who is leading the pack, followed by me and Christy. I have to super shout her out. Girlfriend is slaying this month. She's on track to locking in success starters, Kinsey and Sam. We also have many people who have already locked in Success Club, and I'm so damn proud of you. But even more than that, look at all these names on the board. These names mean that you have helped at least one person get started on their own health and fitness journey, getting all the tools that they need for success. So shout out to you all, and I want to know in the chat who is committed to helping at least one more person get started by the end of next week, Okay, what to know? Tonight is trivia night. So after team call, we hear you guys on, you want more community things, you don't want to feel alone, and honestly, being stuck in the house during self-quarantine can be a little daunting sometimes. So why not mix it up? We are having a fun trivia. Trust me, it's useless trivia and it's going to be hilarious. So join us in that event page on Divine Dynasty. After this, there is a link posted, which we will jump onto from there. Starting a couple weeks ago, we are implementing Wednesdays we wear pink. It's not required, but it's kind of just a place for us to, again, have the community. So if you're wearing pink on Wednesday, share it in your stories, share it on your page, talk about the community, shout out why it matters to you, and tag all your coach besties. Saturday, we will be having our group workout at 7 a.m. And this Saturday, we are doing a white out. So bring all your white. And y'all know I'm an early bird, so I am going to be doing an early bird action hour because it's the same time I normally get up anyways. So if you want to join us at 5:45 a.m. on Saturday for a 1-hour action hour where we can get our crap done, then we can do a workout, and then we can have the rest of the day for our family, that's what's up. If you ask me, if you're that person who asks me, when do you spend time with your family? This is how I do it. I get my ass up and I do my things before they're even awake. So other super, super, super important thing is the Rise Up Together event. If you missed it, I did do a live video on Divine Dynasty today. And what it is Rachel Hollis is doing Rise virtually since she can't go places and do it. And tickets are super, super affordable. You all know it's so important to not only focus on your physical health, your nutritional health, but emotional and mental health, I think, should be priority number one. So giving yourself that personal development is huge. And the fact that we could all get together May 2nd and watch Rachel Hollis in her big live event with so many amazing speakers for $40, I mean, sign me up. So go grab your ticket to Rise. It's virtual. It's all through Rachel Hollis. But once you get your ticket, send me a screenshot and I will add you to our private group where Kyra and I have extra swag to offer. We have extra goodies to earn and work for, and like just knowledge to share. We really want that for you. We want to be able to watch this together, grow through it together. So that's all you need to know there. Beachbody events, or what to know for Beachbody. Super Saturday. Who all was on Super Saturday? Was that not freaking mind-blowing amazing? So many good things. I want to know in the comments, if you were there, what you're most excited for. Just a quick recap, they announced that they are going to be having salted caramel Shako. That's what I'm excited for. And they're also going to be having bevy drinks. I've gotten some like kind of, what the heck do we even do with this? Y'all, this is going to be gold, because you know how for the last 2 years we've talked about mixing our unicorn powder with vodka? Now we have a mixer, okay? You have the afternoon pick-me-up drink if you're not into alcohol too, just to like be a little taster, right? It's a perfect summer cocktail that's healthy, and it's not actually a cocktail. You can make it a cocktail, but you don't have to. So next big thing that was announced was the program MBF, which means muscle burns fat, with Megan Davies, and I'm so freaking excited because one, it's only 3 weeks, and y'all know me, I love quick results. So goals. And then also MBFA, which is the advanced version of it. So ideally you do them back to back, so it's 6 weeks. But I'm super excited for that. The next most important thing, and everybody needs to make a really solid note here, especially if you have people plugged into a group, bod groups is coming this Sunday. So what's going to happen is in the My Challenge Tracker app on Saturday, it will shut down. I think you'll have it in the morning, but it will shut down completely. It will not be available. And from that point forward, you will not have access to it at all whatsoever. Have no fear. Everything that you have logged in there, all your information will be transferred over to bod groups. And then Sunday evening, bod groups will open and you'll be able to access it from there. So I will walk you through all of it if you're in one of my groups and you're like, oh my gosh, what do I do? If you are a coach who's leading a group, this is where you need to take leadership and ownership and say, okay, how can I prepare for this? How can I prepare my clients for this? How do I make sure they know what's going on? And if you are planning to run your own groups, then it is vital that on Sunday or Monday, you get into the My Site. As soon as I know all the details on how to edit it, I will walk you through it. Get onto My Site, put in your information, put in your welcome video, and add a group. That way, anytime your customers or clients are going to your page, you have a group that pops up that they can join. It's super awesome. If you missed the bod training, there is access to that in the Beachbody Champions page. Go check it out. It's super informational, super awesome. I will actually make a note to share that while I'm thinking about it. And if you guys have questions about anything else that I've already talked about, please drop them in the comments. Share bod training. Okay. The next and last thing for Beachbody that is coming is Mixed Berry Energize. Who's excited for that? Oh yeah, it's going to be available May 18th. For more details, check out FAQ 2260. Tonight's team call, we are going to be talking about being authentically you. By no one more than me, right? Like, hello. I really love this topic and I think it's super important. And of course, I know you've heard it time and time again, but so many times it's easy to disqualify ourselves. It's so easy to tell ourselves we're not good enough. Who is guilty of that? Who's guilty of saying, well, she's a good coach because? Who's guilty of saying like, oh, I just can never do what she does. I'll never be like that. Sister, I need you to stop comparing, okay? And I think that's the biggest thing. Once you can really overcome this mindset hurdle and really own who you are in your season of life. And I'm just going to say the season of life because every season of life is so incredibly different. The person that I am today is not the coach or the person I was last year. The person and coach I was last year is not the person and coach I was 2 years before that. Or hell, 5 years ago to today, I am not the same person or coach I was then. And I think that is, I want you to give yourself grace in that aspect. This is a transformation journey. I know so many of us started to get skinny, get fit, right? Like those are the goals. Let me just tell you, if that's still your intention and goal and that's your 100% focus and all you're worried about is the scale, we got some heart work to do. Because I can tell you from experience, being skinny won't make you happy. I have an entire podcast focused on really taking the hustle out of it, but instead focusing on your mindset and your happiness, focusing on your self-love and growth, because that is the game changer. When you can instead say, I don't want to be skinny, I want to freaking love myself. you'll have all the power in the world. I think I was listening to a podcast and I don't remember who it is. It was probably Keisha, but I can't remember off the top of my head. And what she said was that at the end of the day, you don't want to show up pleasing everyone else. At the end of the day, your goal needs for you to be able to sit in a room and love yourself, right? Like, how many of you feel that? How many of you can sit in a room by yourself and be 100% happy with the person you are, right? That's hard. It's really hard. And I want to sit with you in that hard. And I want you to know that that's okay. If you're feeling like, oh shit, I don't like who I am, that's totally okay. And the cool thing is, you have the power to change into whoever you want to be. Right now, in this moment, I really want you to think about the person that you envision yourself to be. Who is she? What does she do on the weekends? How does she spend her days? Does she go shopping? Does she go on adventures? What is that for you? Not for me. I don't need you to say, oh, well, Deidre likes to go hiking and she likes to do fun things with her kids. And so I think that should be my goal. Because if you're making goals based on my life, friend, I'm going to tell you, you will not be happy. So I really want you to sit and brainstorm about who that future you is. Who's that person? What does she like? What does she want? What does she spend her time doing? What does she spend her money on? Who is she surrounded by? And I think it's super, super important to recognize the fact that right now, when you ask yourself that, and especially if you're not confident in who you are or don't love yourself per se, and I'm not saying any of this is a negative, please sit with me here. If you're not in that confident place yet, it's easy to say, well, my mom always said growing up that I needed this, or my grandma always said I needed that, or, my aunt always said this, whatever. My mom always said I needed to go to college. That was her thing. Like, you're going to go to college. You're going to go to college. Why? She wanted that so bad for me because she didn't have a family that wanted that for her, right? She worked her ass off to give me a life she never had. And I felt the pressure to live the life she dreamed of. Anybody else really gets stuck in a situation where you feel the pressure to do what other people want of you or for you? Because that was me. I did all the checkmark things, went to high school, went to college, got my degree, got married, had babies, all the things. And where did it put me? It put me on my couch with 2 babies, super freaking depressed, hating who I was. And it wasn't until I got on this journey 3 years in that I realized I never loved myself before. I was always living for the expectations of others. Yeah, you feel that? Like, I was my whole life stopping who I was for other people. Every time someone would say, "You're too bossy," I would be quiet. Anytime someone said, "You're too weird," I would shy away. Every single time someone came at me with a flaw, instead of really being able to own that, I quieted myself. And it wasn't until I learned how many other people were dealing with this that I was really able to give power to that. And it's kind of like Harry Potter. This is the analogy that was given to me that shines so much light. It's like Gremlins, like Harry Potter. Brene Brown said it best. Cannot think what book it was. Maybe it was in her Netflix thing, but she said, you shine light on your gremlins, right? And it brings them to light. It's like you're in Harry Potter and you're scaring off the Dementors and you need the power of your wand, the bright light to scare them away, right? Same thing with your own limiting beliefs. Same thing with these expectations that you're putting on yourself. If you don't know they're there, how will you be able to change them? Okay? So I think it's super important for you to take time by yourself and really think about who you want to become. And then you need to ask yourself, what is it going to take from me to get there? What bad habits do you have to get rid of? What new habits do you have to create? And you really have to set some standards for who you are. If you want to be a health and fitness coach, amazing rock star, that doesn't mean that you're getting drunk 4 nights of the week and you're having pizza the other 3, right? Like, those two just don't add up, okay? I mean, It is what it is. It's fine. Tacos, pizza, ice cream, love it, but that's not going to get me the six-pack abs that I want, right? So it's really being real with what you want to achieve and what you're doing today to change it. Not if you're that person who's like, oh yeah, I'd really love to lose 20 pounds and get abs, but you're continually choosing these things, you're not going to get there. The problem is not that you're not capable, because you are 100% capable. The problem is you're not taking action today. Because guess what? If you take action today, and tomorrow you're going to be a little bit closer. And the next day you'll be a little bit closer. And that right there is the power point, right? That's what I need you to know. It's not waiting for that person to become you, because if you're waiting, it's not happening. Growth is ugly and it's scary and it's messy, but it takes change, and change comes from action. And so I need you to take action into becoming that person. And I'm not saying like cold turkey tomorrow you're going to wake up as this person. What I'm telling you is it's taken me 5 years to get here, and I'm still not where I want to be. Okay? So give yourself grace there. Being authentically you is the topic of this entire call. And I know for me, when I started this journey, I didn't know who the hell I was. I was a mom, and I was married to a husband that wasn't home because he constantly worked, right? Like, I was lonely as crap. That's what I knew. I didn't know anything else about me. Like I said, I live my life based on the expectations of other people. If you're in the same situation where you're like, I'm a wife, I'm a mom, I have a dog. I mean, I don't really know who I am or what I like. I don't know what makes me happy. Then you are in the best possible position to not only own your own life, but level up this business and change other people's lives. Why? Because this is where you're in that cocoon, right? You're in the cocoon. You've ate all your goodies, all the tacos and the pizza and the ice cream. You're just in your cocoon trying to hide. And guess what? Every little step that you take, eventually that cocoon opens and you are this beautiful butterfly. It's like the hungry caterpillar. Legit. Like, you will blossom into this awesome person with every little thing that you try. Every movement that you make while you're wrapped up in this weird cocoon where you don't know who the fuck you are. You're going to be like, okay, well, I realize that I don't like to cook because I don't like to clean. You're going to realize, okay, I don't like salsa dancing. We're not ever going to try that again. We're going to realize makeup is not my thing. You know, I don't know what you're trying, but I know that if you try something and you don't like it, you're going to be like, well, that's not it. And it helps you eliminate different things. I think too many times we think we have to show up to something perfect. We have to show up and, well, because she likes it, then I have to like it, or I can't be her friend. That's a limiting belief, sister. I need you to not. You can like whatever you want to like, and I can like whatever I want to like. We don't have to like the same things to still like each other. And I say that because we all want it to be accepted. We all want to be a part of something, right? So many times we hide who we are in fear that they will reject us, in fear that they won't let us sit with them, for lack of better terms, right? But the thing is, if you can stand up in your own confidence of what makes you happy, if you can literally say, Deidre, I love you so much, but hiking is not my thing. I'm going to sit on the couch and I'm going to cheer you on, but I ain't going to be there, then I'm still going to love you even if you don't love hiking. And guess what? I'm going to be proud as crap because you stood up for yourself, right? And I think that's super, super important. And that's just using an example. Now is the perfect opportunity for you, but FOMO. I mean, the struggle, right? Well, and I think also it is important to try new things again, because what if you think right now, like, oh, I don't like hiking, that bugs and gross and ew, but then you like try it because you don't want to FOMO, and then you're like, this is kind of cool. Because I think that was Amy's situation, and now she hikes more than I do. So it really is like that beautiful transformation, finding out who you really are. Maybe you think that you don't like one thing or the other, but you try it and you're like, well, damn, that wasn't too bad. I could keep trying that. Give yourself the grace to grow. Give yourself the grace of discovery. Give yourself opportunity. And that's the most important thing. You're never going to know if you don't try, right? Like, you're never going to know if you like the new program if you never try it. You're never going to know if you like Brussels sprouts unless you try them. You're never going to know if you could be an amazing coach unless you try it. You never know if you could work from home unless you try it. You never know if you could earn a full-time income unless you work for it, right? Unless you try it. 100%. It's across the board, same concept. You don't have to show up being like her. And I know a lot of times, and especially as new coaches who want to work the business, right? New coaches who want to work the business, they come in, they're like, all right, let's do this. What is Deidre posting? And what is Kyra posting? And I gotta do the same thing, right? Anybody else ever felt that? Because I know I felt that way about top coaches. Like, I would go to their page and I would look and I'd be like, okay, this is what she's saying. This is what she's doing. Oh, this is how she's posing. Okay, I can try this. And then I would try it, and hello, I am not Bonnie Engel. So I was like, what the fuck am I even doing? Like, this is not me. I found out real quick how terrible comparison could be for me, right? Took me from my like confident little self to like, the fuck are you doing? Like, who do you think you are, right? Why? Because it's not me. I can't show up as them and keep my expectations at their level when we're on totally different playing fields. We're in different universes, different galaxies, right? And I think that's super, super important. I need you today to put your blinders on. You're looking in your lane only. I don't care what other people are bowling over here. I want to make sure that you're getting the strike. And you're not going to get it if you're throwing the ball and looking over there, right? It's not happening. If you are, then that's magical and it was lucky and good job. But what's going to happen the next time you roll the ball? You're still not going to get a strike. The only way you're going to get a strike is if you're focusing on your pins, if your eyes are in your lane. And that's where I need you to be. If it comes down to unfollowing them, if it comes down to, not watching stories or not seeing posts, then do it. Own that and be confident in who you are. Show up as who you are, right? I want to give a huge shout out to Natalie this week, because after our one-on-one, she owned it. She stepped into it. I challenged her. I was like, all right, you said you want to be an intentional mom. All right, you said this. All right, you said that. Show me. And that's what she did. And if you go to her page, you're going to be able to see, one, you'll see the big shift because she's posting, but two, you will see just how amazing the posts are. Every single post I can relate to. I'm like, oh, yeah, I get that. I feel you, sister. I want to cry too with the stay-at-home mom stuff. I get it. It's real. And that's why people can relate to it. If she was posting like Kyra or like Melanie Mitro, are you going to relate to that? Or are you going to feel like it's legit? Because they're different people. And I don't know who you compare yourself to. I don't know who you really put yourself in, like set with yourself up against. I need you to not do that anymore. Right now, I need you to make the list of those people, and I want you to unfollow them, okay? Not because you don't love them, but because you don't deserve the self-critique, the expectations that you're putting on yourself. I don't want you to put crazy expectations on who you are. I want you to show up and share authentically. What do you need to hear? Because for me, that was the most powerful thing in my journey. I didn't share things because that's what top coaches were doing. I shared things, especially in the beginning of my journey when all the new people, like I was building my whole warm market. I shared things that mattered to me. I shared pictures of my kids. I shared a funny story about Kat having babies in the closet. I shared different recipes. I shared easy stuff. Like, I shared the fact that my kids were sitting on me trying to do my workouts. I shared about my mom bod. I shared all these things because that's what I needed. That's what I needed. And that's what I want you to do. I want you to quit thinking you have to show up being this crazy inspirational person. Instead, I want you to have fun. And I want you to discover who you are. I want you to learn about yourself. I want you to give yourself grace and know that you don't have to show up as anyone other than you. Being you is your biggest freaking superpower. You are the only you in the entire world. And I know you're probably like, but Deidre, I have so many flaws. first off, you need to listen to my podcast. It's going to be coming out on Friday. But secondly, who cares about your flaws? If you're focusing on the bad stuff, guess what you're going to see? The bad stuff. So instead, let's focus on the good. Let's focus on the amazing things that you are and that you do. Let's focus on all the awesome stuff, right? Like when you look for the good, you're gonna find more good. And that's what I want for you. I want you to find all the good in every aspect. I want you to own who you are so authentically that people can see that. The compliment that I get a lot is that, my smile, like your smile, you're so raw and you're so real. And that, my friends, is the best compliment I can get, because when I can show up as me, being happy, one, I feel good. Two, my family feels good because, well, hello, if mama ain't happy, ain't nobody happy. They don't say that for no reason. They say that because those depressed mamas are assholes, okay? Ask me how I know. But not only that, I don't remember where I was going. Just be happy is what I'm trying to say. Like, freaking own your life and have fun, okay? That's what I want you to do. I really, really just want to take the pressure off of yourself. I want you to have fun with this. Yes, there's ways to hit goals. Yes, there's expectations. Yes, there's things that you need to do. But instead of saying, oh my God, I have to do this, figure out a way to make it work for you and get it done. When I showed up, my coach said, go hit Success Club and that's it. Like, that was the only guidance I got. So I didn't know how to do that. But what did I do? I was willing to try, fail, and learn along the way. And guess what? Here I am 5 years later, and that's nothing. Like, I can do that in my sleep. But I didn't get to this place because one day I woke up an amazing coach. I got to this place because there was a lot of terrible messages sent. There was a lot of conversations. There was a lot of no's. There was a lot of me struggling my way through it, right? But I learned. And with every little feedback, every little stumble, I was a little bit stronger. And the same goes for you in your life and towards your goals. You're not meant to be who you are supposed to be 5 years from now, or you would already be there, right? So instead, I want you to envision that person that you want to become. And I want you to envision who she is, where she's going, what she does. I want you to look at that and ask yourself, what is it going to take? Okay? What's that going to take? And then I need you to borrow confidence from your future you. You already know that it's going to happen. You can see that girl 5 years from now. You know she's already more confident. She's happier. She's got a rockin' business and a rockin' body. She is loving her life. And you can steal her confidence because you already know that shit's happening. And when you can see it happening, seeing is believing, folks. Like, you know it, you see it, you believe it. Okay, steal her confidence so that you can become her. Because until you own your life and until you step into that stage, you're never going to be able to become her. If you're sitting there waiting, your life will not be it won't be moving forward. You're either growing or you're dying, y'all. You get two choices. And I hope that you choose to thrive. I hope you choose to blossom. I hope you choose to become the damn butterfly, okay? That was fiery. So if you guys have questions, go ahead and unmute yourself. I'm going to check out the chat because it was blowing up. Salted caramel. Yep, I'm here for it. Bevies. Still terrible names, but it's fine.
I think a big thing for me, like the fact that I am really fucking annoying. Like, I just flipped that to say I'm really fucking relentless. Like, I will bug the fuck out of my girls and make them do shit. Like, I don't give up on people. I'm relentless as fuck. I can say that I'm annoying, but I'm really fucking relentless. So whenever you said your flaws, and I said your flaws are fucking beautiful, because they are. You take your flaws and you flip them, and you make it, why is this good for me? Why is what I think is bad actually good? So that's my only take. And this has been the hardest, most beautiful, most amazing, most difficult week that I've had in a really fucking long time. These last few weeks have been really, really hard. But damn, when you can look at yourself, like I had this exact feeling today. I feel like, I'm just gonna ride this high for a second, y'all. You're just gonna listen to it. I feel like I am that person out.
She got so fired up, her internet can't even handle it. It's fine. She is here for it.
I love watching on social media. Can you hear me now?
Yep.
Now?
Did you have to kick your whole family off of Netflix?
Yes. 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 Hold on. Anyway, so I don't know. I'm like really wordy and I like words to just be that person. So for me, like I said, I am the outside person looking on the inside, going, holy shit, look at this girl. And I'm like, but her, you bitch, you're doing it. That's when you know you have arrived, friends. Like, just ride that for a second.
Amy, I freaking love you. I love you so much. All right. Does anyone else have other questions or comments they want to add in before we jump off the call? Speak now, forever hold your peace.
Can
right.
Riley make a non-Beachbody related announcement that she's dying to tell people?
Absolutely.
Okay, here she is.
We are officially on YouTube.
Woohoo! How exciting! Do you know
So if you didn't see, I posted it on Facebook and then I also put it in my Instagram stories, but she's been begging for like over a year and obsessed with YouTube, and one is like driving me nuts to make a channel. Well, then my like sister-in-law made one, and so now she's like, oh my gosh, we have to, and so we did.
I'm excited. My kids will be so pumped up to follow your channel.
So yeah, go subscribe because
Woo-woo!
that's her favorite thing. Okay, that's
life goals.
sorry.
To be a YouTube star. I'm here for it. If my kids are YouTube stars, let's party. Let's do it.
I know, right?
All right, let's take a selfie real quick. Ready? 1, 2. Everyone smile. 3. Okay, I gave it a little pause so you guys could get your pictures too if you needed. Oh, why are we so cute? Okay, so what's going to happen?